First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. Thanks for joining us. We are live here at the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We're here every weekday. We start at 1 o'clock. We go throughout the afternoon. We cover a wide range of topics here on this show, so thanks for being a part of it. Right now, we're going to be talking about hydropower, and in case you didn't know, Monday, August 24th is National Hydropower Day. And of course, that is a big deal for the state of Oregon because hydroelectricity, hydropower is such a big part of here, the Northwest really in general. We're going to discuss that and the fact that there is a huge hydroelectric design center based in Oregon. I didn't know that. Maybe you didn't know that, but you're going to find out about it right now. So we're going to discuss all of that. We've got Jordan Fink joining us right now, who is the director of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Hydroelectric Design Center. I hope I got that all correct. It's a mouthful.
Mouthful. Yes, it is. And Greg, thank you for having me on today. I'm glad to talk about something that's near and dear to me, and something I work on every day, and my team is on hydropower. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Well, I think to start off, could you tell us, what is a hydroelectric design center?
Yeah, so I work for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and my team here is located in Portland, Oregon, but we are a national center of expertise that provides engineering services and support for the nation on both hydropower and pumping stations across the country. So we have around 175 engineers and scientists that work in our center, and we're the ones that help provide the technical expertise to keep our hydropower projects and the Corps of Engineers generating. And so for the Corps of Engineers is the largest hydropower producer in the country. And I'm just very proud of the infrastructure and the opportunity to be able to work on it on a daily basis.
I mean, so all of those different dams and things that dams are, I don't know if dam would even be the right term, hydroelectric generating centers that you have out there.
Yeah.
Going through that, what is it about Portland and this area that made it such a good place to have this as the center of all that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do work nationally, but we have the largest facilities up in the Northwest here on the Columbia and Snake River. And so the largest concentration and largest facilities are up in the Northwest. And so our team, we have about 60% of the hydropower generation in the Corps is in the Northwest. And so our team does a lot of work up here in and around those facilities on both capital, new modernization projects, along with making sure they are being maintained as well. And so we do work across the country, but a lot of those plants are smaller and spread throughout the Midwest and Southwest East United States. But that's kind of where our center is here, is because that's where I'd say like the mecca of hydropower and the local stuff is most around this area.
Yeah, up here in the Northwest with all of our waterways and all the different things that we've got. Well, when it comes to, I'm just kind of curious about this for the design and the operation of all of these. You think about some of these facilities maybe were built, 100 years ago, but you see advancements come along. Like, do you see a lot of technological innovation and advancements when it comes to hydropower and hydroelectric generation?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So our facilities, you're correct, were built in the 30s, some a little bit earlier. And the average age of our facilities is over 50 years old across the country. And so we're seeing a ton of innovation, on when we're doing modernization projects and things to make them more efficient to operate. So, everything from the turbine runner itself, all the way up through the generator, new control systems. This is a good overview, I believe, of John Day Dam, where we're doing a major modernization project at that facility. And I'd say that right now, a lot of the equipment, we're not just replacing in kind, we're trying to find ways to make it more environmentally friendly, more efficient, to be able to produce, more hydropower for the region. And so it's a challenging job working on these existing facilities that are always in operation to do these upgrades, but it's a fun engineering challenge.
Yeah, I would imagine, and for your all of your people there that are working with you too through this design center, I mean that's a lot of different engineering minds, I would think, working on trying to come up with different solutions to some of these issues.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We all have all different types of backgrounds here, structural engineers, through electrical engineers, mechanicals, computer science, computer engineering, economists. It takes a village to be able to perform the capital and upgrade of these projects.
Well, what do you think is one of the most important things that the general public should know about hydropower? We've got National Hydropower Day on
Oh,
Monday.
yeah.
What's the important thing that people should realize?
Well, especially up in the Northwest, hydropower produces 60% of our power generated and utilized in the area. So it's a huge part of our grid stability and ability in the region to utilize power. And so I would say that these facilities are also multi-purpose. They do a lot in terms of all the way from navigation, environmental, recreation. Hydropower is just one aspect of many of these facilities. And so while my group does specifically the work on the hydropower generation side, these facilities do offer a lot to the public on many of those different business areas that we help support.
What would be something that people would be surprised to learn, or you think that may be an interesting fact for people to know about hydropower generated here in the Northwest?
Oh man, that's hard for me. That's hard for me to say because I'm so integral into this work.
Right.
But I would say that anytime I talk about just all the benefits of what hydropower brings to the grid in terms of the grid stability aspects, hydropower units can turn on and off very quickly to help provide base load energy on the grid at a moment's notice. Also peaking power to meet high demand loads when people are using electricity, and so there's so much that it brings to the grid in terms of like the voltage support, frequency support. There are lots of things that people take for granted on a daily basis as just happening. And these facilities and the ways that we are able to operate and deliver power effectively is what helps the grid be as strong as it is. So, power is, again, something that people, when they turn the light switch, they expect the lights to go on. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make that happen. And hydropower's role is very integral in that part of the process on the beginning side of things.
One of the other things I know, and I'm just curious to ask about too, when it comes to some of the dams and the hydroelectric generating stations that we have, as the environmental aspect as well. I know that there's the new fish ladder actually that we covered. I think it was last year, maybe at Bonneville, somewhere up there. Yeah, that new one that went in. So when you look at those kinds of things, are there new innovations or ways that you're working to mitigate some of those risks or, some of the effects that could have on the environment?
Oh yeah, I mean, every single project that we have, we take an environmental perspective of how can we make it better. And I'd say that some ways that we have done that is our oil accountability programs that we've been implementing across our facilities. We're also finding ways to utilize environmentally acceptable lubricants. So trying to find things that don't impact the waterways around the facilities, oil-free turbine hubs. So we have oil on some of our runners where they're moving blades and equipment, and we're finding ways to implement those on many facilities. Fish passage ability of our hydropower units as well. So I would say, and then on the data side, utilizing data within the facility to help make decisions on better maintenance and asset management projects to be able to do things more efficiently as well. So there's a lot we're doing, and that's a very important part of our mission is to try to find ways as we're upgrading to make things incrementally better as much as we can and much as technology allows.
When it comes to National Hydropower Day, can you tell us what that is and how people should celebrate it, or at least what they should be thinking about for it?
Yeah. I know. I get excited every year. We do a big team event in our organization here, obviously, because we're in hydropower. The theme, as I understand, is Hydro Works, and it talks about some of the things I talked about today. Just all the different things that hydropower brings to communities across the country in terms of the power generation, but also jobs and recreation and environmental and flood control and all those different aspects. And so there's many things that hydropower brings to the table. And so this is kind of a day to celebrate, to recognize it. And I would say things that people could do in the Northwest is try to get out to some facilities, especially Bonneville Dam. Many have ability to come and walk around some of the site and recreate there. And so I'd say, hey, use this opportunity to get out to some of the reservoirs, see some of the facilities and some of the infrastructure that we have.
Yeah, and go take a tour. I know that you can probably take a tour of several of them, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
All right. Well, anything else that you think is important for people to know?
No, I'd just say that thank you for having me here. Hydropower has been a big part of my life, and it's done a lot for the communities in and around the Northwest Oregon area in general. And again, when people, what I want people to take away is when you turn on the lights or when you're in your home using anything with electricity, know that a good portion of that comes from hydropower. And we're very blessed in the Northwest to have very affordable power that is reliable. And a lot of that comes from the hydropower source that sometimes doesn't always get that attention it deserves. So thank you for having me here. And it'll be a fun day Monday.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your time and talking about this.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And for everybody watching, we are live here, and we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. We've got another hour until our 4 p.m. news, and we'll be here with you. If breaking news happens, I'll have that for you, but we have plenty of other informative discussions, segments, interviews, all kinds of things coming up. So thanks for being here. We'll take a quick break. Back in a couple of minutes with more Fox 12 Now.